So we're back live with this losers round 3. This is a game between Richard Twomey and Callum Singleton. I was just having a quick chat with Rob Chilton after his win against Ben Davis. I said, "You're flying." He said, "No, I'm just ticking over." I said, "No, you are flying." I said, "You're upsetting a lot of Calcutta owners." I said, "I think you've already dropped about 7.5 grand's worth of Calcutta into the second half, into the losers side, sorry." And of course, he won 50% of himself for nothing on the bonus ball draw. So if he gets through to the last 8, he'll be earning some good money. He's just 2 games away from that now. Brilliant stuff from him. I say it again, but it literally is reeling back the years. The club really is starting to get busy now. All eyes turn the other way at the moment. They're just watching Tom Cousins on one table. Yannick Bofi is in action on another table. He's playing Cowboys, and he's currently winning 5 frames to 3. So we turn our eyes back to this game. And at the table, we got our first look this weekend at Callum Singleton, nicknamed Singu. He's just 23 years old. His dad bought him his cue at 12 years old, 12 years of age. So tip size, he's got 7.3 meters, but I'm sure he means 7.3 millimeters. That's a very small tip. The pool achievements: winning the multiple team world championships and the European championships, making a world junior final, making a European men's final, winning the under 23s world championships, winning the men's home nations, and winning a national interleague cup title with the Leicester team. So he's already got some accolades to his name. What a portfolio for a 23-year-old. What a future he's got in the game. He got pushed into the losers' side late last night by Carl Morris. And here he is, trying to work his way back through the field against Richard Twomey. Now, the last time I saw anything of Richard Twomey, you won't want reminding, because he was playing Jordan Shepherd in a money match, which I think he lost 25-7. He's the Twominator, 28 years old. Sponsored by Premier Pool. He uses a Craftsman cue with a talisman tip. His achievements: UK men's champion in 2008, 3 English champion turned pro in 2004 on the IPA, and won various other tournaments. Started playing at 10 years old. So how funny is this? The reason that he started playing pool at the age of 10 years old is because his dad won a table on Bruce Forsyth's Price is Right. That's brilliant. So who has been your greatest influence and why? He lists Bruce Forsyth. That's fantastic. What would you like to achieve in the pool world? He wants to regain his hunger for the game. Toughest opponent he ever played against, Mick Hill. It's Callum that takes the first one, then he breaks off in the second, and he struck them well. And again we see no balls found their way across to the rail. It's quite incredible, really. So not forgetting that there's still lots and lots of games, always the action ongoing. And you can keep up to date with those scores by looking at qscore.com, search for the Jason Owen Open or Players Pool events. Jeremy Hooper is currently teeing off again against Jez Graham. They'll be old foes, they come from a similar area. Jeremy all the way down there in Cornwall. Jez just across the border in Devon, plays out of Plymouth, plays in the Plaza Club down in Plymouth. Jeremy's stepped out to a 1-0 lead. Lee Clough and Liam White. Lee Clough currently 4-2 up. These are losers round games, so races to 8. Craig Lakin currently on the hill, 7-4 up against Gaz Royds. Craig Waddingham on the hill against Stevie Dempsey, 7-4 up. Carl Donahue, that game actually says 6-3. I did actually see him outside a moment ago. He was having a cigarette, so maybe he just popped out for a cigarette break. So I'm pretty sure that game's still going. Ryan Clark currently 5-4 up against Mike King. I do know that I mentioned Yannick Bofi is in action against Carl Boy. Yannick was 5-2 for that game, which is a big, big price. So, breaking dish from Callum. Nice clearance. And he's 2-0. Oli Bell is back in action. That game just about to start against Dylan Leary. Of course, the Craig Wadham Stevie Dempsey game is being streamed. It's table 11. Also across on table 4 is the Yannick versus our boys game. Yannick is back at the table again after Carl broke down in the middle of a clearance. And another dry one here from Rich. And then these races to 8. Oh wow, that was very much an unforced error. Not quite sure what happened there. I think he was just trying to maybe hold for one of the reds. Not quite sure. Anyway, brings Rich to the table. So he's got this little cluster of balls on the left-hand side that he needs to do something with. He's got the one towards the top of the table, and he's just looking now. So he could play it. Could play it now. He's going to have to play it with left-hand side. Come back. Ideally, cannon into the yellow from behind full ball. That's nothing like what he wanted. I wanted to cannon that yellow, just didn't get any side into it at all. The pace he played it at just didn't give it a chance for the side to take. I think he could have played the yellow to bottom and screwed up the table, maybe given himself a better angle to do that with. Now he's got a real problem because none of these balls really offer a decent angle to attack. The two yellows left and right of the table, left and right of the white line, neither of those go to the corner pockets, so he's going to have to do something a bit special here, and he's going to have to do it soon because he's run out of balls to attack with. He's got a nice angle, but it's one of those again, all his eggs are in one basket. He's got an angle he can screw into them. But he really needs to get that cue ball moving. Yeah, he's going to play a double. And he really is just running out of chances to move these balls. He's got no angle here. I can't see that any of them double. He's going to have to pull something out a bit special. Yeah. And that was it really. He just never found the right angle, and it all just kept manifesting itself into a bigger and bigger problem. So he had to play a bit of a desperation stroke. And Callum can use his first shot here just to nudge everything out into the open. Okay, so he's going to use this ball into the top right. Maybe still feels he doesn't really have the angle, so he's still trying. I think he missed a bit of a trick there. I think on his first shot he could have just put the cue ball just above the bulk line and doubled the one red out into play, and just used the cue ball to nudge the yellow onto the red to push it over the middle bag, and everything would have been open then. He's still got 2 visits, but again, this is getting harder and harder. He's doing exactly the same thing that Richard did a minute ago. Again, he's got an angle to break him out, but I don't think he needs to. Didn't go for the pot there, just playing a little safety shot. Didn't need to attack from there, so there really was no point. He's very much in charge. Yannick Bofi now 6-3 up against Carl Boyes. As I say, Yannick was 5-2 before the off there. Thought that really did present a lot of value. Yannick's a tough opponent. Carl Boyes at the table though, with a decent chance for a clearance. And things just not going Richard's way here. Has to use this or the next shot to develop these balls. So I think he'll be trying to develop them both in this one shot. He can play across the red and use the white ball to nudge the other one at the same time. So just developing both balls with this one. No, that's no good. No good. He's still in charge. But, he had a stranglehold on this a second ago. He can still attack if he wants to. I don't think he necessarily needs to. He could put pot to bottom right and then send the red on the right hand side up into that big pocket and break out the white, but break out the his red that's tied up with the yellow. But with this ball being on the side rail, yeah, I totally understand why he went defensive there. He's now just nudged that ball out into open play, and it gives him far more scope in a minute to take on that more attacking option. Rich Wharton, Alex Bailey also on the stream. Rich Wharton 5-2 up. So again, Callum may decide not to attack here, which is just push that red over to the side rail. Just is he looking at this up the rail? I'm not sure I'm keen on this. I don't think he needs to force it. And if he doesn't get it, okay. I mean, now Richard Twomey's got a very difficult chance, but it's a chance that he shouldn't have had. Callum had an absolute stranglehold. But Rich is Just not turned up yet. Doesn't look fazed by it though. He's just sat in his chair, poised, waiting to get back to the table. He's not sitting there with his shoulders slumped, feeling sorry for himself. Well, that one's turned out well, hasn't it? Pretty sure he didn't play that to develop that red, but if he did, I'm doing him a disservice and hats off to him. But there we go. No more drama in the frame. Callum makes a nice clearance, and he leads 3 frames to 0. Dylan Leary, Oli Bell, 1 frame apiece. Zach Shepherd trailing to Stefan Rossidi. Jeremy Hooper is now 2-0 up against Jez Graham. As I say, they will be old foes. They play each other in a money league, I think. Well, they're certainly playing similar areas. They play all the time. Mark Fleming 4-3 up against Ben Rowland. Beg your pardon, that was the wrong line. Jason Morris is 4-3 up against Zach Cooper. Mark Fleming is 7-6 against Ben Rowland. Just some of the games that have been completed. Craig Lakin is through in the loser's side. He's through into losers round 4 against Gaz Royds. Craig Waddingham is through against Stevie Dempsey. Carl O'Donoghue's through against Jimmy Croxton. And Tom Cousins is through against Andy Barber. So let's have a quick look at how that draw is shaping up. Very interesting. There's one game still ongoing that's quite interesting, actually. I don't know if it is still ongoing because it's not seen a result on it yet. But yeah, Matt Brearley, Adam Marlowe beat Matt Brearley, so that winners round 2 is fully concluded now. And so this is how the draw on the losers round 4 is shaping up. Tom Cousins has Max Nosko in the next round. Kyle O'Donoghue has Lewis Calcutt, who lost to Jason Shaw in the 3rd round proper, or 3rd round winners side. Craig Waddingham will play Matt Brearley. Craig Lakin, who's had a long road back after losing his 1st round match, he's going to play Ben Davis. So it doesn't get any easier for Craig Lakin. You see the players wallowing in this losers section now. Jordan Shepherd, Gareth Hibbert, Lee Washbrook, John Rowe, Adam Davis, Rob Warne, Carl Sutton. Oh, there's no easy games there. So the draw on the for the winners round 3. Some interesting ones, and these will be played at 10 o'clock this evening. Adam Marlowe will face Jason Shaw. Cole Bedford, who had a great win earlier, will play Darren Appleton. Greg Batten will play Liam Dunster. Chris Day will play Neil Raybone. Scott Gillespie will play Sean Story. Mark Farnsworth will play Chris Melling. That smells like a TV table. Carl Morris will play Jack Whelan. That's definitely going on the TV table somewhere. And Ronan McCarthy is playing Rob Chilton. That's another one. I think those TV games just about sort themselves out. Yeah, Chilton's had a really easy run through, hasn't he? I mean, he beat Tom Cousins last night. He beat Ben Davis. And now he's got Ronan McCarthy. And it doesn't really get any easier for Jack Whelan, does it? Jack Whelan beat Boyle. Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, Rob beat the real number one as well. And he is the real number one. So, yeah, Jack Whelan beat Mark Boyle, Carl Boyes, Jordan Shepherd, and now he'll face Carl Morris, who is absolutely flying through the rounds. Just keep lining him up. Tough games. You can see all of those draws, all of those scores on qscore.com. If you'd like to bet on one of these games, go to Players Pool Events. You'll see all the prices there. You can get a bet in with Jed Ronan. You'll see Jed. He's got some posts on there. You can click on a link and PM him. For Jed. Details for Jed on screen. Just then, his phone number. And that was almost seamless there from Paul. It's almost like he listens to what I say. It's incredible. Can't believe it. Callum Singleton is 4-0. That's just crept up on me. I was reading out those scores and it's peeled off another frame. And it is just not happening for Rich, is it? You got to feel for him, Rich Twomey. He's not had a chance to do very much in this match at all. Not done much wrong. Missed a couple. But Callum playing really well. Just a slightly different stature from Rich in the corner now. His shoulders just slightly more slumped than they were a second ago. It's maybe starting to feel a bit more deflated. There you go. Got the weight of the world on those shoulders at the moment. Can't seem to do anything right. Quality player is Rich as well. Callum just trying to work out how he wants to start off this clearance. It's not easy, is it? There's a couple of tough balls. So just playing a containing shot, take charge of the game, and who can blame him? He's in total control. Put the pressure back on the opponent. It's a good shot. Callum, when he tried to push that ball down over the pocket, the problem is, we mentioned it earlier, is these balls, the new cloth, they do slide into the pocket. It's really difficult to try and cover a bag. So Callum, in his attempt to cover that bag, just came up short, a bit tentative, and that's let Richard get a ball in. And he's just going to try and get that in a bit further. And that is a nice shot. So trying to get himself 2 shots. Callum's tied up one of Rich's balls on the right-hand side rail. And Callum considering playing a DF. I think indeed that's what he's going to do. He's going to play it just in behind the yellow. Just to waste Rich's first shot, effectively. Yeah, that's fine. If it's not a touching ball, there's a decent shot, because Callum has to play across the face of that ball now. Which has just opened that pocket up. He's just going to close the door again, I think. I know he's got red in behind, but Rich has got a pocket now he can take control of, so I think Rich just needs to play. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay. I think I possibly would have preferred just planting the yellow down on top of the red just to push the ball in closer. Again, similar. Rich played a snooker. Callum making no attempt, just using the rules to his favour, playing a DF. Touching ball would make life a bit easier here. If you can get one cushion and get his difficult yellow out over by the side. Oh, he nearly got it. Very close. Good attempt. He was just trying to get that yellow out. Open up the frame for him. That's key at the moment. So, a tactical frame. They're like the proverbial rocking horse, aren't they? We've seen so few tactical frames. I think we've seen more DFs in this one game now than we've seen in all of the other probably 150 frames that we've streamed over the last couple of days. Don't know about that. I think Callum can play this red down the rail, push the yellow out of the way and leave no shot and get wrestle back control. So I think Rich has had just about enough of that. But he's going to want to go game here. He's going to have to play a great shot here. And didn't he ever? It was a super developing shot. And now the game is open. And a good chance to pull one back. Mark Fleming, Ben Rowland tied together at 7 frames each. On the loser side, Matt Brearley's playing Craig Waddingham. That one's just about to start. So apologies for that, just a small technical error. We had a couple of cameras drop out and the sound, so we felt it, rather than leave you with 2 restricted camera views and no sound, we just drop out for a second and restart the system. And here we are back again, and Callum Singleton is still pounding away here. His tactical frame, he managed to make a clearance after Rich is in off. So that game between Craig Lakin and Ben Davis is now active. It's on table 11 and it is being streamed. So what a big game that is. One of those players, a couple of top players there, Craig Lakin and Ben Davis, one of those is due to go out. Lakin is currently 1-0. Ben Davis would have been a strong favourite in that, but I tell you what, if Lakin's buzzing, then look out Ben. Matt Brearley, after losing, he's literally gone straight back on. He's playing Craig Waddingham and it's 1 frame all. Carl O'Donoghue, after winning, is literally straight back on playing Lewis Calcutt. He's 2-1 up. Rich Wharton 7-3 against Alex Bailey. Jeremy Hooper now 5-0 against Jez Graham. That's some scoreline. Yannick Beaufils still on the hill. He was 7-3. It's now 7-5. So Carl 1-2 on the bounce, but Yannick is at the table and he's in the middle of a clearance and he's got a fantastic opportunity to close that game out, and that's a big one. That's a big one against Carl. And that will drop Carl out of the tournament. He's just got 3 balls to finish. And it's difficult to see how he can go wrong. So Rich, even that shot, it's not quite going right for him. This is a thin cut now. Yeah. Yannick Beaufils with a straight black into the corner, which he pots, and that's a great result. He's through against Carl Boys 8 frames to 5, and I know a few of the boys, they weighed in heavily into that 5-2 on Yannick, feeling that there's no way. That was much more of an even game, and someone even said to me that Yannick probably even got an edge in that because he plays the rules all the time. Well, they proved him right, and then they're collecting from the bookie. If you want to do the same, then get your bets in with Jed Ronan. So Callum with another clearance after Rich broke down. And with the pressure off of his shoulders, he's very fluent, isn't he? And indeed, 6 frames to 0. So which other games do we have for you? So the current live games: Ben Davis versus Craig Lakin. Lakin has just potted the black to go 2-1 ahead. So as mentioned, Lakin versus Davis is live on table 11. Rich has just popped away for a bathroom break. So we'll just have a break in the action for a couple minutes. Six 0 to Callum, and it just looks like one-way traffic. Yannick Both is immediately back into action. He is now playing Rob Warren on table 10. It's relentless on this loser's side. You literally come off the table, you're back on again. You think about this. On the winner's side, the players, they played last night at 9, 10 o'clock, probably finished at midnight. And they went back on until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So they've gone home, they've had a nice sleep, got up, had a lie-in, watched a bit of TV, had a nice shower, gone and had some lunch, maybe even indulged in a quick pint at lunchtime, watched a bit of sport, watched some football match, turned up, 10 to 4, played a game, and if they won, back to the hotel, feet up, watch a bit of TV. They're not back on again until about 10:30 tonight. Whereas on the loser's side, relentless action, game after game. As soon as you come off, you're straight back on again. Yeah, nice from Callum. And difficult to know what to say, really. It's, as I say, it's just one-way traffic. 7 frames to 0. He needs one more. While we're waiting for the ref to rack up, let's just have another quick look. Craig Lakin is now 3 frames to 1 against Ben Davis. Jordan Shepherd is now in action. He's playing Mark Fleming. He's 1-0 down. Mark Fleming, a really dangerous player. Matt Brearley. Talking about dangerous players, Matt Brearley against Craig Waddingham. Matt's 2-1 up. Lewis Calcutt 3-2 against Kyle O'Donoghue. Lewis went really close earlier against Jason Shaw. Had some great chances. Just didn't take him out at the end. And now he's got Kyle O'Donoghue, who's been on fire, but he is leading. Stefan Rossidi against Zach Shepherd, 3 apiece. Jeremy Hooper 6-0 against Jez Graham. Not many people would have called that scoreline. Jason Morris 6-5 against Zach Cooper. Liam White. Not many people would have called this score earlier. Either, sorry. Liam White 6-5 up against the Tower, Lee Clough. John McAllister and Arfin Dad, 2 great competitors. Really tough players. And as shown in the scoreline, it's Hill 7 frames apiece. And Brian Halcrow is on the hill versus Neil Wren. He's 7-5 up. There's some great scorelines there. Jordan Shepherd's won the 2nd frame, levels it up at 1 frame apiece. And that just sums it up for Rich. I mean, he's literally stood there and blinked his eyes about 6 times. I don't think he can believe what he's seen either. Maybe the occasion, maybe the arena, maybe just an off day, but definitely an off day. Rich is a real competitor in this event, and he's just not done himself any justice. And Callum with just his last 5 balls to really put Rich out of his misery. You got a feel for the guy. And Craig Lakin is now 4-1 up against Ben Davis. Ben Davis, current IPA world champion, sold for, I believe, £2,000 in the Calcutta, and he is at risk of going out of the tournament trailing Craig Lakin 4-1, and that will be a long road back. But if anyone can do it, it's Ben Davis. He's at the table now. Not the best shot that Callum's played, but he's under no pressure. Adam Davis just about to start out against Ryan Clark. All losers round 4 games. Well, I say all. There are now 7 losers round 4 games and 7 losers round 3 games being played. "14 tables in action. So a couple are available. They'll be popping up in a minute, no doubt. Now this for Rich is about restoring a bit of pride, making the scoreline a bit more respectable, and getting himself a little bit of momentum for the next event. Rich Wharton beat Alex Bailey. Mark Fleming beat Ben Rowland. Those are a couple of results from earlier. Mike King is out of the tournament. Mike King lost the decider. He was living on the edge for quite a while, and he lost the decider against Ryan Clark. Ryan's through, and we say goodbye to Mike King. He's going to be travelling back down to Exeter, and we'll see him for the next event. Arf and Dad beat John McAllister. John McAllister was one of the shorter prices before the off, I think round about the 25-to-1 spot. But he's gone. John McAllister won the most recent, I think it was the most recent, it might have been the one before, IPA Pro event. But he's gone. Arf and Dad goes through. So for now, for the next couple hours, it's going to be losers round games. So I can see, I don't know if this is right or not, whether this has already been decided, but there's a couple of games which have got a table against them. So whether these are the games that are lined up. Yeah, I think these are the games that are lined up as your two next stream games. Certainly the next stream game is going to be the small matter of Tom Cousins versus Max Nosko in the loser's side. And I tell you what, Max won't take that one lying down. And I also have on here, which says table 16 against it. I don't know, I can't confirm this is going to be a TV game, but it does say table 16 against it, so we might have a scoop. Mark Farnsworth against Chris Melling. Are they playing each other in the next round even? What a game that would be. Oh, I hope so. What a game that would be. They are. They are. And that is the stream game, because it's already got table 16 against it. I can't wait. I'm quite excited now. Hear me rubbing my hands together. The winner from round 3 match on the arena table that we're going to cover right here is Mark Farnsworth against Chris Melling. Where's your money for that one? The #1 current player, and probably, arguably, the best English 8-ball player in the world today, Mark Farnsworth, with one of the greatest people to ever pick up a cue in multidiscipline cue sports, Chris Melling. Well, I don't need to build that one up anymore, do I? But before that, we got Tom Cousins against Max Nosko. I know that you're not as excited as me. I can't help it. I'm like a kiddie in a sweet shop. So Callum with this black to take the victory at 7 frames to 1. He nails it. He shakes hands with Rich. Unlucky to Rich. He just wasn't at the races today. He didn't turn up to that one. And Callum progresses. It was always a tough ask for Rich, that one. Callum, a really good opponent. Unlucky to Rich. He's going to regroup and join us for event number 2. I don't know if Lee Kendall's around, whether he's going to do an interview. There doesn't seem to be anyone rushing this way. Stick around. There might be. I can't guarantee it. But what I can guarantee is the next game on this table is Tom Cousins versus Max Nosko. And that, I can tell you, is going to be a ding-dong. So stick around for that. We're going to be back with you probably in about 15, 20 minutes. We'll see you soon.